phones so that our recording secretary can properly process minutes. Applicants and professionals, please fill out the sheet on the table when you've completed your testimony. And we can call the roll.
Okay. Cheryl Bethia, Robert Shepard, Mike Doherty, all asked to be excused this evening. Richard Prokanic?
Here.
Vasim Verdas?
Here.
Alan Rich seems to be absent. Gary Rosenthal?
Here.
Faraz Khan?
Here.
Kunal Lakia? Is absent. Shapindu Singh?
Here.
And Chairman Thomas.
Here. Before we go, before we go on with the meeting.
Is your microphone on?
Should be, yeah.
Oh.
I believe everyone on the board's aware of the death of Cheryl Horvath's husband. I'd like to, on behalf of the board, express our deep condolences for her. I'm happy for the fact that she is going to come back and return to us on October 1st after she takes a leave of absence. If there's anything anyone would like to add, please feel free to do so.
Well, I sent out the email to all the board members when I get the information. I know she's not planning a memorial service, excuse me, until like July. So once I get that from her, I will definitely share it with all of you.
That's July 12th.
July 12th.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, can we get a motion to excuse her absence?
Yeah, I did it.
You
Sorry.
announce
You
it
mean you're going to do it?
formally, you know,
I'm sorry.
so it's on the record and doesn't count towards.
Right, yeah.
So then we would entertain a motion to formally excuse Cheryl right now until October 1st, 2025, unless we hear differently.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Okay. Richard Prokanic?
Yes.
Vasim Verdas?
Yes.
Gary Rosenthal?
Yes.
Faraz Khan?
Yes.
Shapindu Singh?
Yes.
And Chairman Thomas?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Now, this computer seems to be frozen on a page, so I don't have the agenda in front of me.
The next
now.
thing was the minutes from April 3rd.
Okay.
Faraz cannot vote on that. The other people are not here, so just Faraz cannot vote. If somebody wants to make a motion in a second.
I'll move.
I'll
Second.
Who's second? Oh, Vasim, I'm sorry. Richard Prokanic?
Yes.
Vasim Verdas?
Yes.
Gary Rosenthal?
Yes.
And Chairman Thomas?
Yes, okay. Resolution, Sereno Tropiano, Susan Quilty, ZBA 2500006. We need the,
Vasim cannot vote on that.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Richard Prokanic?
Yes.
Gary Rosenthal?
Yes.
Faraz Khan?
Yes.
Chairman Thomas?
yes. Moving down to the hearing section, Manjit Singh and Ravinder Kaur, ZBA 2400011, a site plan with use variance and C variances in which the applicant's proposing to convert the existing repair garage into a convenience store at 339 Elizabeth Avenue, Somerset, block 493.01, lot 1 in the R10 zone. This was carried from June 5th. It's going to be carried until September 4th, and we are requiring re-notification. This applicant who canceled it somewhere around 3:30 this afternoon and left us all hanging. Fortunately, we don't have a crowd of people here for that hearing in the bad weather. And in line with that, Mark and Christine are going to prepare a proposal for the board to look at. I'm assuming it'll be ready so they can read it in time for the next meeting.
Yeah, so what the chairman and I discussed this afternoon, the planning board, and we may have discussed this a few meetings ago. The planning board, a few months ago, adopted changes to their bylaws that basically said that if an applicant adjourns in this type of manner, the last minute, that basically they would have to renotice to the public. And we can work with Mr. Bernstein as well to make sure that it's satisfactory to him as far as the wording. But basically, the way it works is, as far as the way that the planning board's bylaws work, you basically get one shot. You can adjourn once, but I think both boards have had instances, particularly the planning board, where applications just keep getting carried and carried and carried, and they basically said, enough is enough. So they put, again, it's if they're going to adjourn something like this, it's only fair to the public that they'd be re-notified that, to the date that it's going to get carried. So we're going to put some language for your consideration at a future meeting for changes to your bylaws.
And I can think of one application off the top of my head that I'm not keeping track of all the details, but it has been carried and carried and carried, and we still haven't heard a second or third hearing, and that's Rutgers Plaza. I don't know if we've required them to be renoticing anybody yet, but that would certainly be on the table for them, I would think.
Yeah, I don't recall offhand if they've actually renoticed, but I agree that is an application that has bumped a number of times.
Yep. Okay, be prepared to or look for it when your meeting information comes. For the hearing night, just in case, this will be held, this hearing will be rescheduled for September 4th again, and they will have to renotice anybody when I'm speaking to.
Well, I know Christine had the ability to mention at least one resident that it was, so maybe the word got out. That it was carried, but, all right, thank you.
The one we will hear tonight, Atal Patel, ZBA 25-000-112. It's a C variance in which the application seeks to build an addition at 23 Sunflower Road, Somerset, Block 74.04, Lot 1 in the R40 zone. If both of you are going to speak, then we'll need to swear both of you in.
Who's going to testify and who isn't?
She's going to speak.
We are husband and wife, but I can speak on behalf of both of us.
You raise your right hand, please. Testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Do I have to repeat the whole thing?
No, you just have to say yes or
Yes.
no. State your full name, spell your last name for the record, and your address.
My last name is Patel, P-A-T-E-L. My first name is Hetal, H-E-T-A-L. And my address is 23 Sunflower Road, Somerset, New Jersey.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, do you want me to give a brief summary of the application?
That would be good.
Okay, so this is an application. It's a residential property. It's in the R40 zone. It's on the corner of Sunflower Road and Van Cleef. They're proposing a one-story addition to the right side of their dwelling for which would accommodate an additional bedroom. The application would comply with applicable setbacks. What they're here for is a variance for the 20% impervious coverage limitation. They're proposing the site that their plan indicated 22.2%, but actually staff had calculated 21.03% because the deck doesn't count towards impervious. So again, they're proposing 21%, 20.03, where 20 is the maximum permitted.
Is there any thought of eliminating one board or whatever in building your deck that would make it slightly smaller and make up the 1%?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think we did put a lot of thoughts into that process. The existing impervious surface we have as of today, it includes our patio, as well as it includes the surface around the pool, and we have built the landscaping around that. Our family is the family who loves to enjoy outdoor. We have this structure in place for 16 plus years. We love our structure. We would love to keep it, and we enjoy this, so we would love to keep it if it's something which we can actually compensate with something else. So we did put thoughts into this process and worked with our architecture to put it on the side of our building so that it does not interfere with our existing impervious surface in the back.
Anybody have a question?
Is that the only deviation from?
Yes.
Okay. There's no public to open to, so we'll dispense with that part of it. Anybody need any other information? Then we'll take a motion.
Be a motion to approve a C variance seeking a exemption from the Township Code relative to a maximum impervious surface.
Are you making the first motion?
I'm throwing out a possible motion.
Oh, okay.
No, the last time I looked, they don't let me make motions, thankfully, you know.
It's your turn.
You can make it.
Here we have a motion.
I'll move the ZBA 25-00012, a C variance in which applicant seeks to build an addition at 23 Sunflower Road, Block 7404, Lot 1 in Zone R-40.
I'll second.
Richard Prokanic?
Yes.
Wasim Verdas?
Yes.
Gary Rosenthal?
Yes.
Faraz Khan?
Yes.
Shapindu Singh?
Yes.
And Robert Thomas.
I'll vote yes, and I'll have to say that for 1% and nobody in the room, I had to ask the question if you thought about making it smaller. I don't care if it's 1%. Good luck with it.
Good luck to you and your family.
Thank you. Really appreciate all the support. I want to take a moment and thank Christine and Mark for their incredible support and guidance throughout this process. I was really worried about the process, how to go through it, but they made it more manageable. So thank you for your support. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Get home safely.
Good luck.
Who wants to make the motion to adjourn?
Don't look for me, it won't be me.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned.